Hello! Hey, we're live, right? Yes, we're live. Hello. Hey, how is it going? Welcome to the stream. I hope the stream dies before. Yo, unfortunately, I actually don't have an April Fool's joke planned for you guys. I thought, and I was like, damn it, I don't have it. I'm not smart enough for this, man. I didn't have anything planned. But happy April Fools. How many of y'all got by anything today? But hello. Welcome, Zekrom. Welcome, Genzaku. Welcome, Karo. Hello there, Dash. Welcome, Krim. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you're having a fine day. Jeremiah, how's it going? Welcome, Theodore. Yo, thank you for coming, guys. Appreciate it. Big time. Hello. Guys, today is going to be a lot of fun. You know the drill. We have clips over on YouTube and we have music over on Twitch. No clips today, but we do have some Cage in Lunatic Runagate to read. We got some of the novels to read. Very excited for it. Yeah. Yo, okay. I told you. Remember, I said this on Monday as well. Like, I'm seeing my pin chat at the bottom. I don't like it. I don't really like it, man. In fact, I think it's more important for community members to have it at the bottom. I don't. Well, why do mods need it at the bottom, bro? I think it's only for you. Is it not for mods either? I thought, because you said it, but I guess you were logged in as me. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's, I don't need that, bro. Why do I need to see my own pinned message as a priority? That's kind of weird. Don't understand that, but whatever. Okay. Yo, hello. Welcome to the stream. It's all good. The goal is overcapped today. My goodness. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it big time. Just a quick heads up. Well, first of all, some housekeeping as well. If you haven't already, be sure to follow us over on Twitch. Here you go. By the way, guys, they're playing their own April Fool. Oh god, that's amazing. Okay, Zekrom, good morning to you, man. Appreciate you big time. I will say, guys, we have just sent in our partner application for Twitch. We are eligible. We just sent it in as well. So thank you for all the love and support over on our Twitch as well. Appreciate it big time, man. Hopefully they'll get back to us within like a week or something and give us a favorable answer. But here you go. Be sure to follow over there. Be sure to follow our VOD channel as well. I will set that up right now. So the music section is going to be on Twitch, and then it will be re-uploaded onto the VOD channel as well. So there you go. Oh, before we get started, Krim, do you have a playlist for me? Do you have a playlist for me for us to listen to while we read? And also, I have a lozenge in my mouth right now. Apologies. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. There's just been something going around England, man. Like, I've been ill for a couple of weeks. It's been ass, man. It's been so horrible, bro. But I do feel like I'm on the mend as well. With that being said, my voice is very, very bad today. I've got water with me, but bear that in mind. I'm going to be reading like 15,000 words today. So I do apologize in advance. Thank you very much, you guys. Appreciate it big time. And maybe finish off the lozenge before I talk a bit more. Today's gonna be a lot of fun though, man. After this, we actually have 2 Hololive double bills as well. We got Crony and Iris as well over on Twitch. If you guys are interested in that, feel free to stick around. Oh, while we wait, actually, guys, did you see the new schedule, baby? Oh my god, I'm actually hella proud of this. It looks very nice. Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually wild, man. But thankfully, I'm feeling a lot better now. So hopefully, I'll be able to get back to 100% by next week. Please, hold me thick on the side. Honestly, like, look at this, guys. We have a full-on graphic and everything, and I want to keep this going. I want to keep it consistent, but you guys will be able to see. Oh, I mean, here's something that a lot of you might be interested in as well. We are going to be doing a watch party to Cosmic Princess Kaguya this Saturday at 5 p.m. BST time change, remember. So keep an eye out for that. But all right, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, Krim, thank you very much. Appreciate it big time. Let me just open this up right now. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my god, yo, take it easy. Hope you stay safe out there as well. Yeah, it's horrible here in England. I mean, I can't complain too much. It's nothing like that. Even in terms of rain, it's nothing crazy, right? But it's just like, I guess the sudden weather changes has just been a bit weird. Again, though, I work from home. I don't have any of that. But my family doesn't. So anytime they're like more well equipped to handle any like bugs and stuff, I guess. But then they bring it over and I get whacked. But it is what it is. That's life. A small price to pay for having the privilege of being able to be a full-time content creator. I do admit, man. So no regrets, no like you won't hear any complaining from me, aside from what I've already said. But guys, now the third graphic for schedule we've had over time, it is exactly the third one. But I promise this season will continue. It will continue. You get older and it gets you more and more. Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. Like, I'm taking my vitamins. I'm like working out and everything. But it'd be cool if we can implement this kind of schedule template. Oh my god. Yo. That's mad. Kensuke, I think that's a job for Looney. I'm trying to think. I think it's possible, man. I think it's actually possible to do that. Huh. But it would have to be on like a site that is clickable, right? And I think Looney's Velo playlist live is probably the best place to do it. But very interesting, man. I think the high pollen card is oh yeah, Dash. Oh my god, exactly. Please take it easy. Yeah, I get it. I don't have hay fever, thankfully, but I have dust mite allergy and I get destroyed if I don't take my antihistamines, man. Hello. Yo, Duke, to be fair, I'm late, man. We were supposed to start at 2. But thank you guys for bearing with me. I appreciate it big time. I've taken my my cold medicine and everything, so I'm ready to go. All right. Hello there, PC Rockfella. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Exactly. And Zekrom, to be fair, I think, yeah, like I would just have to send Looney the links, I guess. And we actually don't stream much on YouTube anymore, funnily enough, bro. According to this, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 streams on YouTube. This is actually hello, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. This is actually pretty crazy. I didn't realize, this is good for me to know as well how many streams we do. I didn't realize we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13 if you split the VTuber ones into 2 as we do, right? I didn't realize we do that many streams, bro. It's actually crazy. And that we stream on Twitch every single day. So actually wild, man. Actually wild. All right, after 23 Touhou streams, who's your favorite Touhou girl? Oh, this is gonna be so interesting, man. Oh, Remy, congratulations! Look at that! What? Oh my god, I can't believe I just got cronied. I actually got cronied out there. I fell for it, man. Get out of here. Ban that guy. Ban him. Get out of here, Remy. Get out of here. Oh my god, that's gonna get clipped and shipped. Ay, man. Ay. Yo, Kowalski, how's it going? Jeremiah asking the $1 million question. I'm waiting for you to say in which. Whoa. Hold on. I feel like Touhou invented the timeline theory for best girl, bro, because as we saw in Osana Reimu and whatnot, or the sequel, every fan work is a different universe, it's a different timeline. I shall see myself out. Have a good one, man. Take it easy, Ruby. Thank you for dropping by. Oh my god. I got. That's actually worse than I wouldn't have fallen for a Rickroll. I did fall for that. You got me, man. You got me good. But all of that being said, I'll tell you my favorite girls, plural, with context of why and how I met them, how I got to know them, right? I mean, it's got to, like, the thing is, you talking about, but you can, funnily enough, right? All right, hold on. First of all, I have to say Miko, bro. Because she was the first ever Touhou girl that I knew, and it is what it is. I got to listen to her. I fell in love because of her ASMR, man. Her ASMR was goated, actually incredible. Obviously, Dojin ASMR, by the same VA as, oh crap, I forgot her name, man. The Stoat girl from Blue Archive. I know. See, that's the thing. I haven't even met her yet, bro. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. And the thing is, I haven't met Shigure. Oh, Zekrom, thank you so much, man. How am I forgetting that? Shigure, thank you. Yes, the same VA as Shigure from Blue Archive. She's got such a good voice, bro. Such a great ASMR voice. Very. You guys should check that out, by the way. There's a circle that does like a bunch of I think they're called Earl Grey something or something like that. They do a lot of Touhou Dojin ASMR. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. I don't know her too well, to be honest. I don't really know any of the girls from Red Winter that well. But yeah, I would say Miko, even though I haven't met her yet. In terms of the characters I have met, yeah. Okay, that's a good one. I like Yukari. I really like Yukari, obviously. I like Yuka, not just because she has the same name as my wifey from Blue Archive, but yeah, I know, right? I know, we're almost there, Dash. We're almost there. Who else is there? Who else is there? I'm trying to think. Nice. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, cool. Yeah, but like, that's a different kind of love, you know. Like, she kicked my ass. That's that kind of love. Who else is there? I think I would say that that's Stockholm. Yeah. Exactly, man. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I think I'm happy with my picks for now. Like, I think I would keep them as that. Yeah. Rumi was really because of Osana Rainbow as well. He loves hate the Yo, Orin, like, oh my god, bro. She kicked my ass, man. She kicked my ass. Who's gonna be God damn it, man. Oh goodness. It's tough love. Rainbow or Marissa? Oh, that's a great question. I'm not gonna lie, Marissa's personality is more my kind of like personality, what I like. You know, the kind of tomboy, just the kind of Genki kind of stuff. Yeah, for me, I'd say Marissa as well. I would say Marissa. Not to say I don't like Rainbow. I really like Rainbow as well. Like, she's great, man. It's hard to pick between the two, but I think I'd say Marissa. Don't stop it, Zach. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming today. Appreciate you big time. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier on, we don't have any clips today, but we are going to be doing a read along to Cage in Lunatic Runagate. So it's going to be from chapters 4 to 6. Thank you kindly, Super Crim, for requesting this as well. And guys, this is how we read it last time, right? Oh no, I've been clipped. Oh my god. Stop it. You know what? Let me watch that. Let me see it go down. How did it happen? I can't believe I got, man. Oldest trick in the book, and I got. That is actually kind of crazy. Oh, this is gonna be so interesting, man. Oh, really? Congratulations! Look at that. What? Oh my god! I can't believe I just got cronied. I actually got cronied out there. That's crazy. That's actually crazy, man. How could you do that to me? Thank you for the clip, Kowalski. All right. Oh my god. All right, guys, let's kick this off. But before we do, that's somebody. It really is, man. It really is. Before we do, yo, guys. So I said we tried to find a way to get this into a more readable format. I mean, this is amazing. Like, I really appreciate the team for getting this up on here as well. I mean, without this, we wouldn't be able to have read it last week and even like read it in general, right? So I really appreciate that. The only thing is, it's a bit difficult for you guys to read and for me to read in such a short, like, it's such a narrow column, obviously, because the screen is a lot smaller there, and it's a bit difficult for me to look here as well. So, after searching and trial and erroring and all of that, oh, thank you for tuning in, by the way. Really appreciate it. Please get some rest if you need to. Please get some rest. And I will say a massive thank you to Krim as well for sending me the text in a text format. I managed to set up this incredible like template, right, where we can read it as a light novel. Boom. I mean, hold on. I'll zoom in. Guys, please, I require a lot of praise for this one. It actually looks it's crazy. Look at this. So we can actually like change the colors and all of that stuff as well. We can change the font size too. Yeah, I probably should refresh that because I don't know what size the font is meant to be. But look at that. It is looking nice, isn't it? Yo. Yeah, bro. Look how nice that looks. So guys, just let me know if you guys can read along as well. I might need to zoom in a tad more. Ooh, that's a bit much actually. I think 240 is probably the best one. Bro showed me this in a DM like a kid receiving a gift on Christmas. Bro, is this not like a Christmas gift? Look how cool it looks. This is coming from an avid light novel reader, by the way. Like, I read all of Spice and Wolf when I was younger. And I enjoyed reading, bro. Contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoyed reading. So, very excited for this. And yeah, I hope, I mean, well, this is the end of it, right? Like, we're done with these 3 chapters. But if there's anything else that you would like for me to read, any other light novels, and all that kind of stuff, is it enjoyable to look at? Yeah, I know, right? It just looks very, very nice here. There may be some like typos and things like that, because I literally just copied and pasted what Krim said, and obviously Krim copied and pasted it from this as well. So I mean, it should be one-to-one with this anyway. But oh, no worries, take it easy. The VOD will be up, so no problem. Oh, and the other caveat is that unfortunately there's no images here. I couldn't find the best way to insert the images, and I think like I didn't know where the images would go, and I didn't want Krim to be doing like some background research on like where what pages the images should go, and it's not really pages, it's all like excuse me, sorry, scrollable anyway. So yeah, Mocha Store. This is oh, I actually don't know whose POV this one is. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. But without further ado, shall we get started? Here we go. Welcome to the Moon Tour. Let's do it. Got you. Hello there, Space Marine. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. All right, guys. It looks great. Thank you. I'm very happy for this, man. I'm very happy to hear that. But hopefully you guys enjoy reading it as much as I do here as well. Yeah, that's so cool. No, real talk, like I'm just grateful to be in this in this community, man. Like if anything, I would just do it, just like drop it out there. But only thing is, I know, like Touhou doujins are very, I mean, fan works in Touhou is very like looked highly upon, right? I don't know if this counts as disrespectful because I'm altering how it's consumed. Like I'm literally just doing this for my own viewing, because and for you guys as well, because I don't want you guys to read in such a short, like small thing. I'm not 100% sure what the, I guess, the outlook on this stuff is. Yeah, right, exactly. Right. No, I totally understand. I just don't want to step on any toes, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just like for private consumption kind of thing. I don't want to disrespect anyone. I don't want to disrespect Zun, of all people. But yeah. No, I really appreciate you guys like this, man. Let's go through it and let's see how it goes. Krim, if you see anything that's yeah, I wouldn't even want to pay. I wouldn't even want to like sell this, man. I would just put it out there. Yeah, right. Did he have a waifu in Touhou? Yes, Miko's wife. I hope so, Zekro. You know what? Let's give it a test run here. Let me know what you think. Okay, I'll just roll this back as well, because this is a banger track, man. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Right. No, I totally get it, man. I do understand. It's so interesting for me to be in. I'm yapping again. It's so interesting for me to be in a fandom where derivative works are so like loved in general. Like really looked highly upon. It's amazing, man. It's actually incredible. Like, I really appreciate how awesome Zun and team are for this. Thank you, gang writer. Yeah, I like her as well, man. She's great. All right, here we go. Chapter 4, The Eternal Flame. Smoke silently drifted from within Yokai Mountain. The mountain's eruptions were never severe, but oh, guys, let me know. Zoom is okay, volume is okay for my vocals, and the OSC as well. With fumes. In the village, it said that the mountain smoke isn't real smoke, but rather fumes that spew from factories run by Tengu and the Kappa. This is mostly because the mountain's activity was once mere legend, and the rising smoke only started in the past 100 years or so. This was about the same time that the advanced technology... Maybe zoom a little more. Let me see if I can. The next up is 300. Bro, why is it 300, man? Maybe... Yeah, how about this? Okay, I think maybe one down. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah? How's this? Where can I find the version of the novel? Right here. The original's over here. The version that I'm reading, though, like, yeah, it's just for me, because like I don't want to put it out there in the public just yet, because I don't know how it would be perceived in the community. Like, I don't want to step on any toes. That's the only thing. But yeah. Okay. Hold on, let me just put this slightly down. There we go. I'm just a guest. I'm just a guest in the Touhou fandom for now. But I don't want to step on any toes. All right. Where are we? Yeah, okay. This is mostly because the mountain's activity was once mere legend, and the rising smoke only started in the past 100 years or so. This was about the same time the advanced technology the mountain yokai possessed became known in the human village. Whether the mountain is active or not is besides the point, as it is, in fact, a volcano. Oh boy. This is obvious on inspection of the Genbu Ravine close to the Forest of Magic. The Genbu Ravine is a mysterious place made up of six-sided rock formation of a six-sided rock formation covered in cracks, so it looks like a tortoise shell with the surrounding cliffs forming a hexagonal prism. This bizarre rock formation, seemingly artificially that sounds. Wait. This cave is what's that Halo meme again? This cave is an artificial formation or something like that. Seemingly artificially formed, was made when a lava flow cooled and hardened. Flowing lava from Yokai Mountain created the Genbu Ravine. In days of old, Yokai Mountain was a raging volcano. There are even yokai who have seen the mountain erupt, but since it's been a long time since it was active, most of them probably think it won't erupt again. This game is not natural. That's the one that I was thinking of. Yeah. Oh, man. Gensuke, thank you for that. Yeah. So cool that Genbu Ravine was first described in print before we ever saw it in a game. Wow. Okay. However, the human that lived in the bamboo forest, Fujiwara no Moko, knew. She knew that smoke came from Yokai Mountain wasn't from the Kappa's factories, but from the dormant volcano. Go on, you shouldn't get lost anymore. Just go straight down this path and you reach the village. The villager I had escorted thanked me time and time again as a look of relief swept over his face, then jogged off into the distance. Just as its name suggests, many people lose their way in the bamboo forest of the lost. That's because there's not much to serve as landmarks, so the fairies that live here love playing pranks, and still the humans find reasons enough to set foot here all the time. That's probably because food like bamboo sprouts, mushrooms and rabbits are plentiful here. Since I know the fairies around here pretty well, I don't get lost, so whenever I find a lost human in the forest, I guide them back to the village. After all, lots of yokai hang around here too, and I don't want to stumble across the remains of any lost villager. Before I knew it, the lost man had walked out of sight. I lingered for a while at the entrance of to the bamboo forest of the lost. It's not as if I was waiting until that person was out of sight to make sure they made it back safely. I was watching the smoke rise from Yokai Mountain. I couldn't help but remember events long past whenever I gazed at it. It was something that happened a few years ago. For some reason, I wanted to know more about the smoke coming from that mountain, so I went to talk to someone who lives in the human village. She was someone who knew a lot about the history of Gensokyo, and one of the few people who really understands me, the werebeast Kane Kamishiri-sawa. Kane is the librarian, right? I'm gonna have to Google, like, all of the characters. Hold on. The forest made of cheese. The teacher. Oh, yeah, but that's who I meant. Not librarian, teacher. Okay. Touhou Kane. Got you. And Moko is the fire lady. She's the one locked in eternal combat, right? Oh yeah, wait, am I saying her name wrong? Kaine. Harry Kane again. Oh man. Okay, got you. This is her, yeah. All right. Golski, what's up? Okay. You want to know the truth about the smoke coming from Yokai Mountain? Yeah, the villagers say it's the Tengu's signal fires, or the Kappa's factories or something. Hey, Shiba Kaguya. Let me Google her as well. Touhou Kaguya. This is good for my consolidation. Yeah. Oh, of course this is we know Kaguya from last time. What are you seeing? What are you seeing, Kowalski? All right. Wait, what are you seeing out there? Right. Bro, Moko is hot, bro. Damn. Like, yeah, you see what I did there? All right. Villagers say the Tengu signifies the Kappa's factories or something, but that doesn't sit right with me. I think I've seen smoke coming from that mountain before. I see, if that's the case, I suppose I should teach you about that mountain's history. That would be a great help. That smoke, of course, it's not a factory smoke or signal of any sort. It's the eternal smoke of a volcano. How do you say a name? Kane. In Japanese, it would be Kane, right? Kane told me about the mountain's history. According to her, the mountain had been home to a certain god. It seemed this god was called Iwanagahime. Iwanagahime. The smoke from Yokai Mountain is produced by this god. Thank you. If you can remember that smoke, perhaps you know something of that god? Iwanagahime. Oh. Kowalski, oh, are you kidding me right now? What? It wasn't Ball 2. It was Stardew Valley. Oh my. Well, looks like that's happening. 2 hours of Stardew Valley coming right up. Kowalski, thank you very much. My first time playing, just putting it out there. Appreciate you big time, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at that. Look at that. And by the way, guys, I'm just putting it out there, totally not because I'm the CEO of SPONSA or anything, but that is a brilliant use case of how SPONSA is so much better than when you have just a single goal up on your stream, bro. Kowalski dropped by. He saw that there was a Stardew Valley specific goal amongst the others and we're like, I want to see that. I want to see that. Let's get it done. So, thank you, man. I appreciate you big time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Kowalski. Oh, bro, you should have seen their 1-2 combos back in the day, man. Oh, it was wild. It was actually wild. Thank you so much, Kowalski. I'll get that set up, man. I'll get that set up. Excuse me. Thank you so much, bro. Iwanagahime? I never heard that name before. I never heard of anyone like that before, so why should I know her? I see. Well, it's not as if Iwanagahime is unrelated to you. You see, Iwanagahime is the spirit of eternal life, meaning immortality. So she's the goddess of immortality? Immortality, huh? In that case, that's a pretty big relation. After all, I attained immortality after a certain incident. In addition, this Iwanagahime was the older sister of Lady Sengen. The name Sengen was originally read Asama. Oh, banger! Which means volcano. Since Lady Sengen is another name for Konohana Sakuyahime, Sakuyahime is considered the goddess of volcanoes now. But Sakuyahime is actually a water deity who calms volcanoes. Hold on a second. Did you just say Sakuyahime? Oh, this is Aya. Yes, she's Iwanagahime's younger sister. A very beautiful goddess. Her personality is said to be a bit difficult, but like a blooming flower. Since Kane's explanations tend to get extremely long once she gets started, sometimes it's best to just cut her off before things get out of hand. Well, I know about Sakuyahime. No, that's not exactly right. Back then, I remember the mountain that was the cause of my present condition. If only she hadn't been there then. I returned to a small house hidden in the bamboo forest of the lost. On the way back, I recalled the conversation I had with Kane several years ago. There's a secret behind the smoke coming from Yokai Mountain that only I know. Lately, I've been getting dark early, so by the time I got back, the inside of the house was already dim. It was a season of light snowfall, and it had gotten quite cold, but I didn't bother with anything to provide warmth. Hey, yo, the cold, what was it? The cold never bothered me anyway. It was so cold inside the room, you wouldn't think that anything lived there. I was used to that, though. After all, no matter how cold it got, I wouldn't die. If I can just bear the cold for a little while, the warmer seasons would return. It must have been more than 1300 years since I'd become immortal. For the first 300 years, other people hated me. I lived a sad... Oh no! It would only cause trouble to myself and those around me if I didn't stay in hiding. The next 300 years... This is Moko's POV, yeah? Oh my god, like, I didn't... I'm looking at Moko now, like, I didn't think she... Wow, I had so much self-doubt, like, oh, back then, but still. Hey, yo. Oh, man. Oh, Kowalski's right, man. The next 300 years I spent harboring a grudge against this world. That's more like her. Was able to preserve the faintest sense of identity by immediately dispatching anything that crossed my path. Yo. Okay, that is a lot like her. Just, yeah. I should have read like just a few sentences ahead. For the next 300 years, the yokai in the area couldn't hold my interest anymore, and I lost all motivation towards anything, surrendering to tedium. But during the next 300 years, I was finally reunited with my immortal arch rival, and we discovered the joys of killing each other over and over. And now humans know about my existence again. I've readjusted to the society somewhat. I used the knowledge I've gained from centuries of existence and the strength I've gained from countless battles to escort the humans from the village. I spent my time protecting humans that wander into the bamboo forest from the yokai there, including some people who wander in from the outside world. There's a time when I would never have imagined being thanked by another human being, but now it is what I live for. Finding Gensokyo, the average person wasn't afraid of an immortal being. It's amazing, man. It was like stumbling into paradise. I I sat on the floor, my back against the wall, one leg folded upright. I wonder how long it's been since I started sleeping in a position like this that made it easy to wake up. It made it impossible to fall into a deep sleep and easy to spend lots of time thinking. Back then, if only she hadn't been there. Long sealed away memories resurfaced again in the back of my mind at the mention of Sakeyahime's name. She was the cause of my immortality and was at the heart of the most sensational event in my life. If Sakeyahime hadn't shown up then, I wouldn't have killed that man and I wouldn't have drank that elixir. I had a very old enemy. Her name was Kaguya Horaisen. She was an immortal human who disrupted my family's lives and selfishly used her wiles to bewitch countless other people. Oh my. Of course, she's still my greatest nemesis. Now, we're both immortal and every once in a while we engage in epic mutual murders. Of course, when I was young, I wouldn't have thought about mutual killings. Finding a way to harass Kaguya would have been enough to bring me satisfaction. Looking back on it, I think spending that much time nursing my bitterness against others probably bent me. However, it's true that nothing brings a sense of motivation the way a lust for revenge does. It was painful spending all of my days in search of a way to spite her, but that just made the revenge I saw all the more valuable, since I think the pain that I taste today was that pain bestowed upon me by Kaguya. It's made easier for me to keep going. In other words, I believe that Kaguya is completely to blame for the fact that I desire revenge. The day I became immortal, I was following a certain person to seek my revenge against Kaguya. He was a man with a name something like Iwakasa, I think. He was leading a group of soldiers up a mountain carrying a jar. The jar was said to contain something Kaguya had left behind for someone important. We're planning to steal the jar. If I could gain even some slight amount of satisfaction from stealing the jar, then that would be fine. Excuse me. The mountain the soldiers were ascending in single file was said to be the highest mountain in this nation. A spiritual mountain that only a few ascetics ever climbed, which is now called Mount Fuji. Once you reach a certain base of the mountain, the trees become shorter and gradually the vegetation disappears altogether, leaving nothing but rocks. That meant it became much harder for me to stay hidden as I tried to tell them up the mountain. There was one other thing that threatened to deal a fatal blow to my plans, namely that I was reaching the limit of my physical endurance. Oh no, even reaching the foot of the mountain had taken several days and sapped me of much of my strength. To make matters worse, this was not an easy mountain to try to climb alone. With no idea how I'd steal the jar the soldiers were carrying on their backs, I ran out of energy about 4/5 of the way up the mountain and lied down. He'd realized I'd been following him long before that. He turned to watch when I lied down, then came back to where I collapsed from exhaustion to bring me some water. In the end, we all reached the summit together, cheering each other on. But why ever did you kill that man and take the jar? Oh no. That's right, I had no grudge against Iwakasa. As a matter of fact, he'd probably saved my life. I think this is the red herring. I think something happened there. At that point, I don't think I even cared much about the jar anymore. Even when my revenge against Kaguya was probably just a childish whim. When you're almost to the top of the mountain, it makes you realize just how slowly you're traveling. The last leg of the climb is very difficult due to your exhaustion and the drain on your motivation. When we reached the top of the mountain, I asked him why he climbed all the way to the summit. It's odd because no matter how you look at it, I was the one who had the most suspicious reason for climbing the mountain. Still, he answered my question and told me that men have to obey orders. Good soldiers follow orders or something like that. I told them the preposterous tale that I was following them because I was a bandit. I didn't think it was far from the truth since after all, I was trying to steal the jar. The soldiers laughed when they heard that. I'm sure that being myself, I didn't seem that much of a threat to even a single one of them. In Iwakasa's orders, the soldiers placed the jar they'd been carrying on the ground. Just as I started to wonder what they'd do next, they started tying a string around the jar. They said the string would make it easier for them to fling it far away and that they were going to throw the jar into the volcanoes created to burn it. I had no idea why they would do that. Oh, Lord of the Rings? Although that maybe the Emperor had given Iwakasa his orders, was trying to spite Kaguya too. After all, he was going through the trouble to have someone take the gift Kaguya had left him up onto a volcano and throw it in. I climbed to the top of the mountain to try and steal the jar and soothe the anger deep in my heart, but all I could do then was watch and see what would happen to it. However, as soon as the soldiers approached the crater, a strange woman suddenly appeared and everything changed. Was that woman perhaps? Yes. That woman called herself Sakeyahime and said that it was her power that kept the mountain from erupting. Sakeyahime said that the soldiers shouldn't throw the jar into the crater. Sakeyahime was possessed of an otherworldly beauty and a peculiar transience that made it seem like she'd been burned up in a caldera somewhere before. The soldiers were shaken by her sudden appearance. Some even prostrated themselves before a godly figure out of reflex. Wow. Wow. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I love that, man. What came next shocked the soldiers even further. Iwakasa turned to Sakeyahime and told her, I must burn the contents of this jar in the sacred fires of this mountain. This is an order from the Emperor. When he said that, Sakahime turned a contemptuous gaze upon him and said, "If you burn that jar in this mountain, the volcano will begin to resume its activity and my power will be unable to prevent it. That jar holds a power even greater than that of a god such as I. Do you understand just what is contained within that jar?" The soldiers were dumbstruck. Probably none of them had any idea about its contents. Of course, even I only knew that it was something Kaguya had left behind. Sakahime began to say, "Inside that jar is Iwakasa cut off, saying, 'You can't tell them that.'" Ooh, Iwakasa knows. However, Sakahime said, "No, these men have a right to know after making it all the way up this mountain," and said that the jar contained the elixir of immortality. Of course, they were blown off their feet to think that by simply following Iwakasa's orders, they'd done something to anger a god. Not only that, but inside the jar they carried up the mountain themselves was the elixir of immortality. And you must have been quite surprised too. Of course, I was surprised that such a thing existed, that Kaguya had left it behind, that she'd had a reason for doing it. Kane stood before me and listened as I spoke of my foolish past, even though foolish people hate to hear about others' foolish exploits, and that was right before my very eyes. The cold woke me up. The cold never bothered me anyway, bro. The room was completely dark. It seems I'd fallen asleep for a bit. Excuse me? Why do I hear boss music? My immortal body is very convenient. Despite how I neglected taking care of it, I could neglect it as much as I wanted. I hadn't made anything for dinner yet. I may be immortal, but I get hungry and my joints hurt in the cold. Still, it better suit my personality bear a bit of discomfort than to find a way to keep warm or eat a bit of nutritious food. Yes, because no matter what happened, I wouldn't die. I wouldn't have any effect on my body after. It wouldn't have any effect on my body after at all. Yeah, exactly, man. Whether I slept until I was tired of sleeping, or whether I remained awake until I finally succumbed to drowsiness. The yokai of Gensokyo also lived long lives. There were quite a few who had lived longer than I had. However, they were fundamentally different from me. No matter how strong they are, they will still waste away in the end. All life crumbles away. Each and every living thing must die. This was the law of the world. If that's the case, then maybe I haven't been living since I drank the elixir. Maybe there was no point in acting to preserve my life anymore. What should I be trying to accomplish? A slender moon hung outside my window. I could see a ray of some sort of light tracing towards the moon. Watching the light, I had an unpleasant premonition. The other day, the vampire had been going on about having finished her moon rocket, and I remembered having the same feeling then. I sprang from my house without bothering to bring any light. Far above my head floated the slender moon, on the long thin ray of light. I headed towards ANC, deep within the bamboo forest. Unrest seized the party as soon as they heard that sitting before them was the elixir of immortality. Because they found themselves unable to move, they couldn't throw away the jar into the crater. Even so, Iwakasa tried to light the jar on fire, but for some reason it wouldn't catch fire. Seeing no other choice, they decided to spend the night on the summit trying to figure out what to do next. Sakahime was originally a water goddess with the power to ward against flame. That's probably why they couldn't light the jar on fire. I spent the evening wheedling the fine details of his order from the Emperor out of Iwakasa. I wanted to know why he had come all the way up here to dispose of the elixir of immortality. According to Iwakasa, the jar was a Horai jar and... Oh, amazing. Have a good night, take it easy. And its contents were called the Horai elixir. The Horai elixir was thought to surely be an elixir of immortality. It was probably left by Kaguya Horai-san when she returned to the moon as a token of thanks to the old woodcutter who raised her and the emperor whose heart she'd stolen. The old man had said he didn't need to live forever and passed away, and the emperor said there was no point in living forever in a world without Kaguya. Damn. So he ordered it to be taken to the point closest to the moon and burned. It seemed that Iwakasa had been chosen to fulfill that duty. Oh, mad. The elixir of immortality and the old man and the emperor, who when it was presented before them wouldn't lift a finger. It's difficult for me to understand. Iwakasa had anticipated this sort of doubt. He was afraid his men would be unable to carry out his orders if they knew about the elixir of immortality, so he kept it a secret. I wonder what would happen if his men had known about the elixir all along. They probably wouldn't have tried something so foolish to steal it and drink it themselves. It's unthinkable that they want to live a life as hard and poor as mine forever. The people who want immortality are usually wealthy people who live life without inconvenience. The poor of spirit saw the elixir of immortality as a medicine that could bring them inestimable wealth and status. Maybe they catch each other trying to steal it and kill each other in a horrible bloodbath. Maybe someone would secretly replace their real elixir with a fake. Iwakasa was worried about things like that, so he didn't tell anyone too much about the mission. The night was cloaked in an uncanny atmosphere. We all formed a circle and placed a jar in the middle. I can see both sides, man. The soldier naturally fell into a pattern of watching over the jar in pairs. It seemed nobody trusted anyone else alone with it. At first, I was too nervous to sleep, but eventually the weariness of climbing the mountain set in, and I fell into a deep slumber. Guys, silly question incoming. At this point in this flashback, Moko isn't immortal, right? At this point, I'm just a slightly bit confused. Oh, hello there, konbanwa, konnichiwa, man-san. Kita kurete arigatou gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? How are you doing this fine evening? Welcome. She's just a regular human. Right, got you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay. Because it was Sakehime was the entire situation that made her into important. This entire situation is how she got her immortality. Okay, got you. Just wanted to confirm that. Yeah. Okay. Up. Someone's voice calling to me woke me up. The voice belonged to Sakehime. While you and that man have been asleep, these foolish humans have decided to take the... Damn it. Because of the jar, everyone had begun killing each other. Once I woke up, I was speechless at the sea of blood that surrounded me. At the time, I couldn't think too clearly about what just happened. Yeah. Sakehime said the men had started killing each other, but now that I think of it, the scene of the incident did... Uh-oh. Oh no, Sakehime did it. Oh boy. Some of the bodies laying before me were burnt to a crisp. It was as if some great battle must have occurred or some mysterious creature had suddenly attacked. There's no way that Iwakasa and I could have slept through all of that. So you think Sakehime killed those men? Yes, I think she killed them all. She killed them all and left me and Iwakasa alive. Maybe it was because she couldn't let someone cast the elixir of immortality into her mountain, or she wanted to make sure that nobody would drink the elixir. I'm sure she let Iwakasa and me alive because there was something she wanted the two of us to do afterwards. Sakehime awoke Iwakasa in the same manner. The shock left him speechless, and realizing that he could no longer fulfill his mission, he finally swallowed her explanation. Sakehime began to speak to Iwakasa and I where we sat enveloped in darkness. The elixir is a tool meant to deceive foolish humans. See, even though nobody said anything about it, everyone around has fallen into misfortune. I certainly approve of you setting out to dispose of such a thing, but it is too much even for me to bear, so please forget about throwing it into his mouth. Sakehime is a bit of a... Damn, bro. She just killed like so many soldiers. Oh my god. Iwakasa lost the thought for a moment, but then he started telling Sakehime about his mission. I told her to take this elixir to the point closer to the moon and burn it there. Is there any point higher than this? Is there any mountain higher than this mountain? I see. Then I know of a suitable place. To the northwest of this mountain, there is an incredible peak called Yatsugatake. My elder sister lives there. She is a deity with power over the immortal and unchanging, so that would be the most fitting place to dispose of this elixir. She burned people to a crisp! Gods do be gods, their morality is beyond mortals. Yeah, that's well said. That is well said. But Yatsugatake isn't high enough, is it? It's quite low compared to this mountain. No, in fact, it was much taller than this mountain, than my mountain is. Really? This is the first time I've ever heard of that. Long ago, there was a quarrel between us. Well, that's not important. In any case, I believe the distance to the moon may somewhat be shorter to that mountain. I see. In that case, I plan to descend immediately and head to Yatsugatake. I'm sorry my men caused you so much... I was gonna say, he's saying that after they've all been literally just murdered, right? But are you going to accuse a god of, killing your men? I guess not. Yeah. Iwakasa said this in a trembling voice, and it seemed to mollify Sakehime as she disappeared into the mountain's chaos. He's probably like, whew, goddamn, bro. Our descent from the mountain was incredibly gloomy. Iwakasa just carried the heavy jar and walked straight ahead, never looking in my direction. We didn't speak a word the whole way down. The heavy silence persisted. The unchanging scenery and the pointlessness of our ascent weighed on me as well. I kept switching my gaze between Iwakasa, the burden he shouldered, and the rocky expanse beneath my feet. I laid eyes on nothing else. They say little people are easily possessed. Suddenly I remembered my original objective, that in the beginning I meant to steal this jar, and then it appeared right before my eyes. Now I could. That's what I was thinking, but I bore no ill will towards Iwakasa. I was even grateful to him for helping me. Could I really steal the jar from him and run away? Yeah. I feel like there's a lot better ways to do that than just burning like all of his soldiers. But again, it's deities. We cannot fathom what they're thinking. Still, I couldn't get something that Sakehime had said out of my head. Those words returned my reality on its head. It felt strange, like the area around my ears were covered with cotton, or like I was peeking through a hole in a cloth covering my head. The magic word that made it seem like no matter how little care you gave for the consequences, everything would somehow turn out over the course of eternity. Immortality. Before I realized what I was doing... Oh no! She did a golem! A Smeagol! Oh my god. Before I realized what I was doing, I kicked Iwakasa as hard as I could down a sudden decline. Oh, that probably killed him. Then I took the jar and ran. In the dead of the night, the bamboo forest had an eerie feeling about it, as if something were perpetually about to appear from the mist. But I wasn't afraid of a man-eating wolf or a cursed spirit appearing. I was no longer afraid of death. I no longer had to worry about starving. I ran as if possessed towards Aente. That's right, the reason I was no longer afraid of the boredom of an immortal life was because she was here. A terror of immortality is eternal solitude, an endless reality tormented by the consciousness of one's sins. The only one who could sympathize with that, was my old immortal enemy. What weighed on my mind now was the fear that she might leave forever. I remember when I heard she'd first returned to the moon 1300 years ago. That's why I felt uneasy when I heard about the vampire trying to get to the moon. And now today, the rocket has finally taken off. It was one more way for the people of Earth. I love, bro, everything is connected. Obviously, it's Touhou, it's in the same universe, like the same Gensokyo and the moon, I guess. Of course, everything's connected, but it's amazing to see so many different connections here. Bro, I love reading novels, man. Like, I feel like I'm understanding so much more. Like, not just because of the novel, but consolidating all of this, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hello there, Ninja. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Hello. How's it going? The novels, the music, the games, the Dojin fan works, the anime that we've been watching, everything, man. Okay, it was one more way for the people from Earth to go to the moon, or rather for the Lunarians to return to the moon. Oh, sure. I hadn't seen a message until now. Yo, sorry about that. Thank you for being here. In the distance, I saw the lights of Aente. Seeing them made me feel a bit more at ease. 300 years after becoming immortal, I was so burdened with regrets I could die. Well, except I couldn't die. I wonder why I did something like that. It seems I made you recall something quite unpleasant by bringing up Sakehime. No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. It happened long ago. Why am I talking about this anyway? We started talking about Yokai Mountain, which led us to Sakehime. Yokai Mountain? Oh, right, that's it. I was gonna say, Yokai Mountain is Iwanagahime's mountain. Iwanagahime is Sake's elder sister, so it's, I forgot the name already, but it's that one. It's the other one that he was meant to climb. Right, yeah, exactly. The Sakehime's older sister. I think I've heard that before. Oh yes, now I see. So the elixir I'd stolen had originally been destined to put to rest by Iwakasa at Yokai Mountain. So that means Yokai Mountain is Yatsugatake, right? Well, no. Oh, not exactly. Yatsugatake was a mountain that was about as high as Mount Fuji long ago. One day, an argument arose over which mountain was higher, Mount Fuji or Yatsugatake. Someone decided to settle the question by setting up a water trough connecting the two summits. Water would flow down towards the shorter one, so it would be obvious which one was shorter. Oh, I see. After a long time, you know what? Okay. After a long time spent in preparation, they finally released the water. When that happened, the water began flowing down towards Mount Fuji. In other words, Yatsugatake was taller than Mount Fuji. Huh? Really was that tall? Sakuya Hime, who lived at Mount Fuji, wouldn't stand for a mountain. She seems like a right knob, bro. Mountain taller than her, so she broke about Yatsugatake until it was quite a small mountain. Amazing. However, her older sister Iwanagahime was tired of her sister's attitude and moved to Yatsugatake. Since she had control over the unchanging, Mount Fuji lost its inextinguishable flame. This is why Mount Fuji is no longer an active volcano. And so, the Gensokyo spiritual mountain, Yokai Mountain, is thought of as the original form of Yatsugatake before it was destroyed by Sakehime. Excuse me. I see. So I remembered seeing that smoke because it was originally the smoke that rose from Mount Fuji. I guess it's part of my karma to spend so long living close to that mountain. Kane said, that is the extent of my knowledge of the history behind Yokai Mountain, and our conversation ended. Oh, she is! Oh, wow! Iwanagahime. What about Sakuya Hime? Oh, okay. I guess no, you guys would have said that already if she was, yeah. I finally reached Aente. Of course, I couldn't just enter through the front like anyone else, so I thought I'd look inside a window to see what was going on. Yokai from Gensokyo are trying to reach the lunar capital. Thank you for that reminder. I have not. I forgot. Thank you. Wouldn't they be able to really get there? Would they really be able to get there safely in a rocket like that? Wouldn't they just get there in such a horrible state they'd have to come right back? That's what I was thinking at the rocket completion party a few days ago. I'd forgotten something terribly important. My one and only rival, Kaguya, had said that she was a Lunarian. And of course, I'd even become immortal because she had left the elixir here after returning to the moon. In other words, what I should have been worried about was whether the fact that someone had come up with a way to get to the moon meant that Kaguya was going to go back. The windows of Aente were rounded the most building windows in Gensokyo. Maybe it symbolizes the full moon. I wonder if all buildings in the lunar capital have windows like these. Voices drifted out through the window. It seemed everyone was gathered together. In the sky, a trail of light of what seemed to be the vampire's rocket could be seen. While carefully paying attention in a way I wouldn't be found, I raised and strained my ear as much as I could. So the lunar invader was the vampire. I could hear a voice from inside the room. It seemed like whoever was inside was looking out the window. Quickly, I crouched down and hid under the window. Would they really be alright trying to fly to the moon in that shoddy rocket? I could hear Kaguya's voice. She was talking about the vampire's rocket. Of course, she's a Lunarian, so she'd be interested in a rocket like that. If somebody built a safe rocket, would she think about going back to the moon? Bro, she's so tsundere, man. Judging from the conversation, it seems the rocket idea hadn't come from Aente, but the vampire had gotten it from somebody else. Someone else. So they were the lunar invaders, or would-be invaders. It seemed that the vampire and her friends were probably being manipulated by someone. I probably regret if they do make it to the moon. Well, no matter what sort of plans they have in mind, the difference in power between Yorihime and the vampire with her three stooges is absolute, I think. Three stooges? Images of the shrine maiden, the magician and the maid floated into my head, and I had to hold back laughter. They did seem pretty airheaded. Well, we can't see that big bottle rocket anymore, so let's start talking about the moon. That's right, we're already eternal earthlings now. Yokai Mountain, said to give off the internal smoke of Iwanagahime. Just what would have happened if I'd gone to dispose of the elixir of immortality in that mountain, just like Sakahime said? I probably would have concluded my short life without having spent so much time consumed by my own sins. I would have probably ended my miserable life consumed by my grudge for Kaguya. But I definitely wouldn't have lived to see these days, over 1300 years later. That means that another immortal human would have been lonely. I stopped worrying about whether Kaguya would return to the moon, even if she wanted to go back. She had no obligation to tell me, and it seemed like she didn't want to go back anymore anyway. Besides, I remembered that I had other undying friends here in Gensokyo, like Yokai Mountain. I think I'll climb that mountain someday. The yokai of the mountain, like the Tengu and Kappa, have made it their base now, so it probably isn't easy to climb anymore, but a goddess of immortality lives atop it. I think I'll climb up there and tell her about how I became immortal, and apologize for what happened to Iwakasa 1300 years after we should have reached the top of the mountain. Feeling somewhat refreshed, I left Aente. Damn, man. Damn. What a banger. What a banger story. But oh no, I'm not gonna lie, Moko's a bit, her character's an interesting one. She killed an innocent man for no reason other than, like, she wanted, it wasn't even that she wanted, no, I guess she did want immortality, like, back then, right? Care to share what you're listening to? Oh, yes, of course, here you go. Enjoy. Thank you for that. Oh, Krim, I might need another playlist. An honest man even. Yeah, I know, right? And he was probably so distraught about, like, his men. Ah, bro. Damn, I feel like the humans really, like... well, not even human, because I guess Moko was a human as well. Yeah, the regiment, the soldiers that climbed up, I felt like they got such a short end of the stick there, man. Yeah. Ouch. Damn. One of Moko's podcasts is called An Honest Man's Death. Right, I feel like she's talked about her sins and regrets and everything here. So what can she do other than, you know, like, just straight up carry on with her immortal life now? But we have to remember that the yokai there eat innocent humans whenever they can. It's glossed over most of the time. Yeah, not wrong, Jeremiah. Exactly. Damn, man. The world of Touhou isn't just all fun and games, evidently. Oh my god, especially like some of the past here. Wow, crazy stuff though, crazy. Let's look at this now. Well, that's Moko, yeah? Damn. Alright. Let's go on to the next one. Here we go. Excuse me. Chapter 5 from the Infinity Low Earth. I think Yuyuko was quite tragic as well, right? Like that was a shocker, man. I feel like her one was I liked it. It was a lot. It was self-sacrifice and everything. So her one was like there was good to it, right? Moko, it just seemed like the selfishness and hubris of humans, if that makes sense. Excuse me. Okay. Chapter 5 from the Infinitely Low Earth. As anybody living on this earth knows, the moon always shows the same side as it orbits the planet, no matter where. Is that actually true? There is a dark side of the moon we've literally never seen. I actually haven't like looked up on that. I know it's a popular myth, but I don't know that. No matter where and when on the earth, The moon does not appear to change. Because of this, the moon was thought of as a picture drawn on the roof of the heavens. Because the patterns on the surface were consistent, people compared them to a number of different images. The rabbit is one of them. Mysterious. Hey, yo. Love that, man. Really? It's not a myth. It's actually real. Wow, man. Ooh, let's go. Oh, my God. Because the patterns on the surface are consistent, people compare them to a different number of images. The rabbit is one of them. How can the moon show the same face and orbit at the same time? It is simply because the moon's rotation period, oh, there you go, here's the explanation, and orbital period are highly synchronized. If the moon can rotate once at the same time it orbits the Earth once, it can orbit without showing its back like a hammer throwing, it's like a hammer throw or a ball in a net in the same time it takes, for the ball to revolve around the thrower. If the ball itself makes a complete revolution. Right. Okay. We're tidally locked with the moon. Yes. They're calling it the dark side of the moon is incorrect. It would be more of the far side of the moon. Wow. I thought that was a myth. Oh my god. Okay. Today I learned, man. Yo, Touhou teaching me things, bro. Yet there are still questions such as why the moon came to possess such an orbital period. Did the residents of the moon make it so that they can live their luxurious lives while concealing themselves from the people of Earth? Or was the lunar capital so heavy that the centrifugal force made it face the outside? You know what's so interesting? I mean, that goes to planets as well, right? But how are moons and satellites created? Like, they're a perfect sphere. Are they asteroids, massive asteroids that fall within orbit and then become spherical or not? Gravity. Oh, our moon is special in that it's very round. Really? Wow, bro. Astronomy is actually so fascinating, man. It was my favorite subject of physics when I did physics back in high school. Amazing stuff. I ended up dropping physics because I hated the other parts of it. Astronomy is so fascinating, bro. Okay. Oh, really? So some moons are formed by asteroids hitting the planet and then that chunk going up into orbit and then orbiting around the Okay. Wow. Phobos and Deimos of the moons of Mars, are very small and not very round. Wow. Our moon is special, yeah? Bro, we really live on such a special planet. It's actually incredible. It's amazing, man, when you really think about it that way. Wow. However, Yukari Yakumo... Yukari mentioned that the reason was quite scientific, yet foolish. Since explaining the reason using physical properties of gravity and how it operates when large planets are present would be too easy, too scientific, and so unfitting for Gensokyo, she had to think up of another reason. Gensokyo was separated from the outside world by a border of common sense, and it existed within the borders of uncommon sense. To maintain the borders the way it was, everything needed a backside. Yeah, exactly. The night of the new moon. When the moon is shrouded in shadow, it becomes invisible. The moon that night is called a new moon. But why is it called that? People like us who are more accustomed to the solar year would not know this, yet we don't think of it as very strange. I often make trips to the lake of Gensokyo to see the moon. Tonight is like any other. I gaze at the new moon. Of course, there's nothing reflected on the lake, yet I was able to see the bright backside of the moon that was bathed in sunlight. Lady Yukari, the fox in front of me, calls my name. This fox is... Yukari POV, baby! Everything... Yo, hey! I'm not sus, bro. This fox, Ran Yakumo, is my loyal Shikigami. Lady Yukari, it appears the vampire's rocket is finished. I went to have a look myself, but I worry about their well-being if they are going to journey on such a thing. Yeah. Saying that, Ran's mouth bent into a smile. Whether the smile was laughter at the vampire's rocket or an untrusting snicker at me, who had done nothing in response to the vampire's plan despite the information we had gathered, I wish it was the latter. That must have been a rather busy party then. Why was I not invited? I already knew Ran had secretly attended the party. Well, I wasn't there because I wanted to be. I was just spying to see what it was like. Should I have called you as well? Of course. Although if you asked me, I would have gladly turned you down. Anyway, do you remember the orbital period of the moon? The moon's orbital period? On average, it seems to be about every 28 days, but actually it's only about 27 and 1/3 days. But since the Earth is rotating around the Sun as well, if one period is starting from a new moon, the time it takes to go from the full moon and back to the new moon is said to be 30 days. Yet that too is actually shorter. Being 29 and 1/2 days, however, wouldn't you be more knowledgeable about that? Okay, Ryan, you nerd. No, I'm kidding. Next CD sent. Thank you very much. Oh. Wait, what? Oh my god, yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, what? This sounds nice. This isn't a repeat. Wow. Oh, this sounds great, man. Beautiful. Final track now. The Far Side of the Moon. Oh my god. What timing. What timing. Okay. You're right, the orbital period is not 28 days, nor is it the period of waxing and waning of a full 30 days. This is an important fact. Right. Okay, yo, Dustin, thank you so much for that. Okay, that's not a moon, that's a space station. In the lunar calendar, the new moon is the first day. Ah, good point. No worry, Krim. Your pick, bro. Whatever you feel is the best, I'll do that. In the lunar calendar, the new moon is the first day, and as it was the rebirth of the moon on this night was called a new moon. In a similar manner, the moon on the third night was called Mikazuki, and 15th night, Jugoya, was a full moon. In such ways, the moon matched the dates. The lives of people back then were centered much more around the moon cycle. In order for there to be a new moon on the first night and a full moon on the 15th, a month would need to be 30 days. Yes, that would be so. In reality, the moon's orbital period is not 30 days. Because of that, the 15th night is really a full moon. I mean, that is unnatural. Excuse me. Oh yeah? Dolls in Pseudo Paradise? Oh, which one is that one? Hold on. Was that from last week? Yeah, I got you. Alright, no, it's all good, I got it. Thank you very much, Brian. Okay. With my question, the fox in front of me went into thought. The night of the 15th should be a perfect night. Thank you, man. True, perhaps somebody moved it on purpose. That's not it. I think you know. But the rotation period as well as the orbital period is 27 days and a third. I would like you to go look for the reason for me. Although I said to look for the reason, I wanted her to think of it herself. If it's just research work, a shikigami, what's about computer? Oh, okay. In the outside world, there are increasingly more people who became devoted to their shikigami and turned into empty. Excuse me. Oh man, but asking for something more from shikigami than the usual tasks. I'm trying to improve the boredom of everyday life. So I very well, I suppose. Anyways, back to the Vampire's Rocket. Whoa, when is Touhou set, by the way? The night of Mikazuki. The moon of Mikazuki is also called a sword. It probably comes from somebody picturing those sharp points as a sword. As if to challenge this sword-shaped moon, a large shooting star was climbing into the night sky. I hear that shooting star burns out because of poison in the atmosphere. I hear that shooting star burns up because of poison in the atmosphere, but if that shooting star is upwards, is the dust of the earth burning out? Oh, really? Okay. Got you. Lady Yukari, can you see? I can see you. No need to come so close. No, not me. I meant that glint of light shooting into the sky. It appears the Vampire's Rocket has finally launched. That light is the rocket. Got you. Like, just looking at Gensokyo, I think I just assumed that it was a bit in the past, but obviously Gensokyo is isolated in its own environment. Everything else is outside the world is, yeah. Obviously I knew it was post-World War II because that was discussed as well, but okay, it's modern day, yeah. I see, as for the light, from its speed, I'm guessing that it was calculated to reach the moon by the full moon. My, that's quite a leisurely voyage. If they're that slow, maybe we'll arrive before them. Iran had, oh, yeah, here we go. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. All right. Next one. Okay. Really? Mad. Damn, okay. I love that. Ooh. Beautiful, man. Oh, let me put it down a bit. So, wow. What? Amazing. Slightly higher. Ran had a puzzled look on her face, but I believe we were meant to leave for the moon on the same day, and since we would arrive in an instant, we would reach the moon at the same time as the vampire and the others. And this had been bothering me, Lady Yukari. But why did you make the vampire go to the moon? Oh, but I didn't say a word about wanting them to go to the moon, did I? That's true. But if you wanted to stop them, you had more than enough chances to do so, yet you didn't. The heart of the rocket's power is Reimu's ability, but that's because you made Reimu train. On top of that, you brought the topic up to the vampire and even gave them all that time. During all that time, you just watched them. Knowing this, how can one say that you didn't want them to go to the moon? That crescent of the Mikazuki is said to be a sword. Seeing that sharp look, it is very understandable. Wouldn't it be seen as sophisticated to shoot a bullet hell rocket at the sword-shaped moon? In the lunar capital, there is one that can wield the sword of the gods. On Earth, there is one that can shoot the bullets of the gods. It's as simple as that. Ran, you only need to listen to my orders. On the night of the full moon, we will go to the moon through its reflection on this lake. Do not be negligent in your preparations. Oh my god. The night of the full moon. Snow fluttered to the ground. The weather was not optimal tonight, but by the time of the full moon, it would surely be clear. The moon had changed from a sword to a bow. The half moon was also called Yumiharizuki for its bow-like shape. When it was a sword, the weather had been fine, but unfortunately, the bow was not visible. Are there none who wield a bow on the moon? Lady Yukari, it's cold, so why not go back to the mansion? It seems the moon is not visible tonight anyway. Yeah, it's true. Oh, but moon watching is so much more fun when there is no moon. Maybe the bow-shaped moon is hidden in the basement of the Scarlet Devil mansion. Really? Anyway, the orbital period that we were talking about the other day. Ran changed topics. If she let me talk a bit more, maybe she would have understood it. It seemed that it is highly likely that the orbital period was changed. What do you mean by that? Originally, the moon was meant to undergo a full rotation in exactly 28 days, but the strange rotation period slightly interfered with the orbital period. Rand started to explain the properties of gravity as it worked on a rotating planet. The moon itself changes itself. The moon changes. Banger track. Changes itself to an oval shape due to Earth's gravity and its own work. The slight change in shape changes the gravity that works on it and accelerates the orbital period. When the rotation period is shorter than the orbital period, it slows its rotation period. And when the rotation period is longer, it speeds it up. Ran explained the work of gravity on 2 points using actual numbers. For such reasons, there is a high possibility that someone tampered with the rotation period and slowed down its orbital period. When its rate is changed by 2/3 of a day, it is not within the usual margin of error. And your conclusion? The only reason why one would do such a thing is to constantly observe the Earth by facing the same side towards it while removing days when it would be completely opposite. Damn! Wow! In this way, one would be able to observe the Earth throughout the entire year, though this would be quite some time ago. When it came to simple calculation, there would be nothing that can rival a Shikigami, but in the outside world, the calculation of gravity is said to be very difficult when there are more than 3 points affecting it. The calculation of gravity is said to be a trial even with the Shikigami of today. In reality, it's not the Shikigami themselves, but the orders programs of the Shikigami that cannot process it. If one orders a Shikigami, it will always give an answer with simple calculation methods. Needless to say, what I wanted was not something so boring. Thank you. But that's one of the faults of Shikigami, isn't it? Excuse me, you get an answer instantly. That's true. I thought you wanted me to research something else, but unfortunately, I'm a Shikigami and can only do things under your command. Oh, mad. So Ryan is a yokai computer, essentially. Oh, you're depressing me and that vampire is going to the moon. How entirely dull. It's about a week until the full moon and there's nobody who will lend us their hand. Let me just check. This is dichromatic lotus butterfly, red and white. Oh wait, let me drop this link for you guys as well. Task manager. She's Yukari's personal AI, bro. Oh my god. You're making it sound as if people don't like me, but there are several who are willing to help out. About 7, 8, perhaps 9. Well, just counting who immediately comes to mind. Yeah, right. That many? I wonder if something happened without me knowing. You can do calculations at astronomical level, and yet it seems like you can't add single digits. Oh, God. The day before the full moon, a moon that was almost as big as a full moon had risen in the night sky. Although on Earth, the moon is very bright. On a full moon, it means that night excuse me, falls on the backside of the moon. Around now, it's probably dusk on the moon's backside. Our second trip to the moon is at long last tomorrow. Lady Yukari, although I trust you, I can't help but be worried when I know nothing about the current plans. Shall you inform me of the plans once we're there? I guess I should inspect the orders I gave you. Debug. That would be helpful. But it seems so different from the last time you made an attack on the moon. I heard that in the past you gathered an army of the strongest yokai. Bro, Japanese Goblin was there as well. And they're full of zeal and enthusiasm. Even then, you were not victorious. At this time, excuse me for the way I say this, but it seems very lax. We lack numbers, we have no plan. Forgive me for saying, but I doubt you're going to have any chance against them. Damn. She closed eyes, but... Wow. Oh my goodness. Damn. Oh no. Excuse me. I'll tell you one very important thing. I looked at the moon with a slightly dull edge. When that bit becomes lit, the moon will be accessible from the earth. And not long ago that this became possible, only about 1,000 years ago. The residents of Earth can never beat the residents of the moon. Ran had a puzzled look on her face. Huh? We can never beat? The Lunarians possess highly advanced technology, unyielding stamina, and abilities that far outmatch those of yokai. The ones living on Earth can never beat those on the moon, especially in the lunar capital. Then why have you now, of all time, decided to attack the moon? Isn't that strange? You don't really believe what you just said, right? No, I really do not think that we stand a chance against them. Then what are we doing tomorrow? A new resident of Gensokia has arrived from the moon. You must receive something in return. Residential tax, so to speak. Excuse me? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Gensokia is full of inhabitants that do as they like, but such freedom is not something that is promised. Everybody to live their lives with the least bit of freedom, there needs to be a certain extent of rule. That rule will create a certain extent of hindrance to freedom, but that hindrance is necessary for freedom. For example, humans of Gensokia are constantly under the threat of being attacked by yokai, but they need to live with that threat to live in Gensokia. Yokai need to attack people because if they don't, their very existence will be at risk, so yokai will attack humans. The lives of those who live in Gensokia are maintained by the yokai. If there were no yokai in Gensokia, Gensokia would collapse. Thus, humans will not forget the fear that they have for the yokai, and yet will not exterminate the yokai that might attack them, since doing so would destroy Gensokia. The opposite is also true. The yokai didn't have any humans to attack, the yokai would lose the meaning of their existence. Thus, yokai may attack humans, but do not eat them recklessly. Humans from the village are generally not for their eating under the agreement in place. The new residents from the moon chose to live as human and not as yokai. Thus, the one to Ainty chose to be humans. I added save the rabbit at the end, as that was not able to become human no matter how hard it tried. Humans? That clan of aliens? Cannot see them as humans no matter how hard I try. Of course, it's not a matter of looks. They do not follow the rules of yokai and are trying to enter the human society, are they not? Right, they sell medicine and look after the sick. Such actions are work in human society and differ from those in yokai society. She actually is a schemer. Damn, Yukari. True, they have not come to associate with yokai like us. The people of the town seem to think of them as strange humans though. Yet they do not fulfill the role of humans in Gensokia. The humans in the outside world have roles they must fulfill too. Learning, working, being a part of society, not being a NEET, including paying taxes. Gensokia then adds dealing with yokai to the list. The role of humans, you say. Come to think about it, that's right. They do not fear yokai, and their existence can destroy the power balance between the humans and yokai. But what does that have to do with the invasion of the moon? I already told you that, didn't I? I want residential tax. Yukari is American? Even though they do strengthen the humans to the extent of healing and caring for their wounds, I don't mind. But they are not fulfilling their roles in paying tax and thus cannot be a part of human society. Oh no, I loved you, Yukari, but I cannot love an American. And do you plan to steal something from the camp? I can't say that as a Brit, to be honest. Yeah. Because they are immigrants from the moon. Ran asked if she realized the answer. She said it. No, damn. I was content because my answer was understood for once. Yes, that's the idea. It would be impossible to invade the lunar capital, but wouldn't it be easy enough to sneak in? I would like you to carry out that task. The long-awaited night of the full moon finally came. The crescent moon, a sword. The half moon, a bow. What can the full moon be called? A mirror. Wow. A large mirror that reflects sunlight and at the same time illuminates the darkness of the earth. The most light comes from the full moon. While it may seem as if it were the worst night for yokai, why is it that they are most powerful under the light of the moon? The reason for that is because the light not only illuminates but gives rise to shadows as well. Under the dim light of the moon, all sorts of things blanket the earth in shadows, such as grasses, trees, mountains, rocks, and buildings. When light is weak, as moonlight, it is impossible to eliminate these shadows. They are the birthplace of humanity's fears, sometimes creating legends of yokai. In a manner of speaking, the moon gave birth to all yokai. I gazed at the moon's reflection on the lake. It appeared to be floating on something rather than hanging in the sky. Think of it that way. The moon in the sky seemed as if it were just a picture. As I was sitting on the surface of the lake, Ran came to my side. It seems that the sun has set completely. You're late. I almost thought you weren't coming until the break of dawn. Oh no, it is still merely nightfall. The night is only beginning. The reflection of the moon was a tangible illusion. The far-off moon in the sky was a picture of the roof of the heavens. They were essentially the same. That's why she says Shabir, but we are separating from the streets to start our own independence. I understood that reference. I modified the borders of the illusionary moon and its pictures to create a passage between Earth and the moon. Lady Yukari, hasn't the vampire's rocket reached the moon by now? It surely must be causing a racket then. Perhaps they are even learning a very good lesson around now. So the vampire was just a diversion? Well, I suppose you would not be mistaken in believing that. I closed my umbrella and thrust it into the illusory moon floating on the lake. The umbrella remained So, hold on, just remind me where the manga ended off. The manga ended off... Did it show Yukari, like, coming to the moon? Was it teased? I can't remember now. Oh, man. Or am I making that up? The moon on the surface of the lake wavered and after a brief contraction expanded. By the time the moon reached its maximum size, it began to break apart from the point where the umbrella had been stabbed into it. Ah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The cracks in the center of the moon became, No, like I'm thinking at the end of the manga, like Yukari, you know, she did her move, and actually traveled to the moon. But no, we'll find out anyway. The cracks in the center of the moon became several centimeters thick. As the moon broke apart in the water, an opening to another place was starting to appear. A crisp scent wafted from the other side. On the other side of this crack was the surface of the moon, where the vampire on the other side had already arrived. By entering this fissure, one could instantaneously arrive on the moon. Aye! Very nice. They spent months to create their rocket and spent more than 10 days in a miserable, cramped space to go to the moon. It was idiotic. If all that is needed to go to the moon, it is possible to do so in an instant. This is again Tokyo. One not need to imitate the magic of the outside world there. Bro, we teleport, bro. Okay. Bro, I knew that vampire and a cohort would not agree with my plan. Those vampires have the spirit that I've forgotten. The feeling that the humans outside have begun to forget about, and the feeling that Shikigami, whose thoughts centered around efficiency, despised. The fun that would come from traveling in a miserable, shabby rocket. Anything gained through the shortest method has no meaning to it. It was the spirit of enjoying hard work. Long-living humans and yokai often forgot that mindset. But that vampire and others still had a powerful desire for it. That was why they neglected to go to the moon using my powers and insisted on going to the moon by their own hand. It's almost time. Finally, the time has come to counterattack from the Lunarians. Indeed. However, Ran, before we say goodbye to Earth, I'll give you a hint of what to do once we get there. Excuse me. A hint? If you could order me, I would be much more grateful. Even if it was an order, it's more fun to think about it by oneself, right? Well, I suppose. We spoke about the orbital period a few days ago. The orbital period is shorter than was expected. I'll tell you the reason for that. That's very interesting, but that's the hint. The reason why the moon's orbital period is shorter than 28 days is because that is a mousetrap that was set a long time ago. Okay. Question mark. Here's a hypothetical situation. Let's say there was the yokai that was able to connect the Earth and the moon using the full moon. That would be you, correct? I said it was hypothetical. Naturally, this yokai who knew that she could easily make such a pathway thought about sneaking into the lunar capital for sport. The pathway at our feet was just about big enough for a person to pass through. I jumped into the pathway and the first thing to come was the blinding light of the daytime moon. I could see a full sky of stars and an endlessly expansive body of water. It was the sea of the moon. Ran arrived after I did. We would come here every month, so Ran wasn't surprised. From here, I kept watch over the state on Earth by turning a crow into a Shikigami. Needless to say, I was mimicking the doings of the Lunarians. That yokai opened a path to the moon through the heavens on the 15th night and decided to sneak in. But this is still a hypothetical situation, right? Right. There was little information about the lunar capital, and one couldn't start without going there first. The long-awaited 15th night had come, and that yokai jumped into the moon on the lake surface. What do you think she saw there? A sea as far as the eye can see? Correct. Well done. The moon was covered with a very beautiful sea, and the yokai knew instantaneously that the way back would be to go through the planet that was reflected on its surface. I jammed my umbrella into the cracks that we just took so it wouldn't close, and bent the umbrella in a way that we would take from here. The umbrella took on a deformed shape after being bent a few times. Lady Yukari, what are you doing by bending your umbrella like that? A secret. It's a good luck charm. Anyways, back to the hypothetical situation. After preparing a way back, the yokai felt assured and traveled to the lunar capital. And this is still hypothetical, correct? I don't like to repeat myself too many times. That yokai looked for a way to break the barrier that surrounds the lunar capital. The barrier was more complex than she expected and would take her a long time. I started on the way towards the moon capital. Ran hurriedly followed. Finally, finding a key to breaking the barrier, the yokai tried to enter the capital. However, the capital was well protected, and the yokai came to the conclusion that she didn't have enough power at the moment, or it would take too much time. The smart yokai thought to retreat for the moment and think of a plan. Easily brushing off the Lunarian pursuers, the yokai made her way back to the path that she'd taken to come to the moon, only to be shocked at what she saw. Ran remained silent. She was probably too wrapped up in my story. The path had slowly started to close and was no longer a side that the yokai could go through. The yokai was shocked. Why was the pathway closing? If it's the 15th night, there should be no way that it would close. And then what happened? What happened in the hypothetical situation? The yokai who had no way to return had to surrender, so she was up against those that she could not defeat. Is that so? And why did the hypothetical situation end so poorly? What are you saying? The question wasn't why the moon's orbital period is not 28 days, but 27 1/3 of a day, correct? Alright. By telling you that much, you should understand, right? The 15th night used to be a perfect full moon, but by somebody's doing, probably a Lunarian sage, the rotational period was changed and the orbital period was altered. Before you knew it, the 15th night was no longer a night of the perfect full moon. Thus, the full moon would close quicker than expected. Right. So what you're saying is that it was a trap that Lunarian sage thought of to trap the yokai that would find its way into the moon using the full moon. Exactly. A trap that was set for a very long time by the much despised Lunarian sage. It was from that time that one could not make a month 30 days and the Earth lunar calendar was in confusion. The Lunarians did not care about how the Earth would be affected, only about not letting the full moon exactly coincide with the 15th night, and altered the orbit of the moon. To those on the moon, Earth only existed to look down upon, so they never took their case into account. The sea of the moon was very quiet, and only slight sound of the waves could be heard. The sound of the waves were not a sea filled with nature, but only the sound made by water molecules bumping into each other. That was because there was no life in the seas of the moon. Although it was a hypothetical situation, it was very helpful, but thinking from the hint. What is it? Ran seemed to be choosing her words very carefully, not being able to respond. Although her calculation abilities were high, her language abilities might not be sufficient. Wouldn't it mean that right now we're right in the trap that the Lunarian sage has set? If we were to take time to get to the lunar capital, by the time we come back, it wouldn't be a full moon anymore. Not to mention, breaking the barrier around the capital itself would also take some time, right? Oh my, I didn't notice that. No, please don't joke around. We're in enemy territory, and the slightest of mistakes can lead to disaster. Of course, I believe that you have some kind of plan. Well, if you no longer have a way back, we can ask for a ride on the vampire's rocket. She should be on the moon by now, or did we arrive first? Honestly, I can never tell when you're serious or not. The rocket might have fallen apart on impact with the sea for all we know. Although you probably never saw it, it was a really poor built piece of junk. Excuse me. Ran acted as if she was upset, but she had to do exactly as I said, so she had to trust me. So it was that poorly built, if so, it might have been even burned up en route, unless it had a trick up its sleeve, which it did, didn't it? The moon was unthinkably silent compared to Gensokyo that was constantly noisy from bickering between humans and yokai. Such a goober. Humans sought the bustle and glamour of urban life, and before they knew it, the earth was rid of silence. If even Gensokyo being a rural area was noisy, the outside world was even more so. yet the lunar capital was even more technologically advanced. That means this city on the other side of the moon should be very noisy. If they are living in peaceful prosperity, that would only be a sign of decay, or perhaps it could mean an incomparably advanced civilization. Whether it was a decay or pure heaven, I hated it. I needed the noise of the city. With that in mind, thinking that the vampire and others were somewhere on this quiet moon night, causing a racket made me feel nostalgic. Okay. Love that. I love that, man. I mean, I'm like that as well, you know. I obviously, being in London, I'm accustomed to it, but I like the hustle and bustle of the city. I like being around society. Even though I do not like going out, I like being around people, if that makes sense. But crazy. Okay, on to the next one. Final one, man. Guys, how has it been so far? Oh my god, my voice is going, bro. My voice is gone. I just feel like my like nasal and ear passages are all like so congested. It's great, lovely. I'm glad you guys like this, man. All right. Chapter 6: The Full Sealed Letter. The sky of the lovely... Oh, really? Yeah, maybe... You know what? Like, you know how you hear your voice different to how it sounds on the outside? Maybe because my passages are blocked, right? And it's all to do with, you know, the sound vibrating through your skull and your passages, right? I think because of that, it feels whack to me, whereas it sounds kind of decent to you guys. Fair enough. The sky of the lunar capital is dark even during the day. It makes you wonder if dawn will never come. Since it's possible to see without any lights, dark may not be appropriate. It's better to say that the sky is just black. Space is dark in the first place. Space is dark in the first place. It's only natural for the skies of the planets that float within space to be dark too. Just because the planet is bathed in sunlight doesn't mean its daytime skies are blue either. The sun's light, is not blue, and neither are the atmospheres surrounding those planets. Why is the Earth's sky so blue? Because the atmosphere bends the rays of light most prone to refraction. Violet and... Oh my god, we're back in physics high school right now. Violet and blue in the visible light spectrum and diffuses them, making the sky look blue. Earth's atmosphere has just the right thickness to make the sky look blue. The atmosphere is a bit thicker, the blue light would be completely dispersed, and the red sky? Volume F Blue Archive? There is a point in time where the sky on Earth turns red. Depending on this time this occurred, people call it sunrise or sunset. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. If the atmosphere was to become even thicker, then even the red light would completely disperse and Earth would become a planet of constant night, since no light would reach its surface. Conversely, if the atmosphere was to be much thinner, light would come in without bending, and the sky would be dark except in the spot where light shines. Oh wow. The moon was the latter. The dark daytime sky was now covered in colorful stars. Stardust reverie. The human in black flew into the air and shouted something. Though through some incomprehensible process, star-shaped objects rained down indiscriminately in Princess Yodahime's direction. There shouldn't be anything to fear from such a scattered blind attack. It was almost like a child swinging his arm in a circle while running towards his opponent. Hey, it doesn't look like those stars will hurt if one hits. Even if it doesn't hurt, you can't get hit by them. That's why you need to gracefully evade them. It's Touhou time, baby! Then wouldn't the one who can shoot more projectiles be at an advantage? There may be limits to how many it is possible to fire at once. I don't know if it's because the law of conservation of energy or depending on entropy limits though. The moon rabbits chatted as if it had nothing to do with them. I think the reason was to minimize the effect on the ecosystem. Anyway, I thought shooting far too many when a single hit was enough. Far too many when a single hit was enough was a little. Princess Yorihime dodged the colorful galaxy without any problem. She was agile like a celestial swimming through the rain and nimble as a rabbit that ran on Earth. The moon rabbits became excited, positive of their victory watching Princess Yorihime's fight. Everyone seemed to want to stand on the front lines and show off only when it was only a while before that they were all fleeing in fright of the vampire. They all seemed to be thinking that they were able to win as well, witnessing Princess Yorihime's strength and feeling her godly presence. But would I have been able to dodge that attack? I had heard that the humans of Earth were frail and weak, but the humans in front of us looked way too strong for me to handle. Princess Yorihime looked confident, but if by some small chance something were to happen, would I be able to take the full force of their attack? And if not, would they be able to invade the lunar capital? Watch out for stray bullets! The moment that I thought the humans shouted something The moment that I thought I heard the human shout something, a huge star-shaped object grazed my ear and ruffled my hair. Watching from far away, I thought the stars were made of clusters of light or heat. Differing from my perception, the star felt solid. A cold sweat ran down my back. What was I doing in the front lines of this raging battle in the first place? I originally sang songs, lived every day pounding rice cakes. Every day was boring yet peaceful. During the day we continuously pound rice cakes, and at night we play shogi while drinking sake. Those days now feel like so long ago. Although we call them rice cakes, I was actually in the mortar was not rice but medicine. Oh, you're trying to make a medicine called the Horai elixir that would provide eternal youth and everlasting life. We do not know the intentions behind this, since we rabbits were... rabbit POV. I see. How did I only just clock that? Oh, are we done already? Oh, no, of course not. We were taught... Ooh, what a track. We were taught that the pounding of rice cakes was for the atonement of Lady Change. I keep forgetting how to say her name. You can say that all of the work that we moon rabbits do does not benefit us in any way, yet we are made to do it every single day, and we have no idea when it may end. Despite pounding away for thousands of years, it feels as if no progress has been made. To others of my kind, this rice cake pounding has become a mere routine that has no meaning behind it. Guys, just to clarify, these rabbits, they look like humans, right? Jonga, okay, thank you so much. These rabbits look like humans, right? When I think of moon rabbits, I think of I think of these, bro. Final Fantasy 14. This is what I'm envisioning. But no, they're human rabbits, yeah? okay. That's what's in my head right now, except for Raisin and like some of the other ones, you know. I mean, I need to just think of Touhou. Just think of Raisin, yeah? Yeah. Alright, come on. Okay, fine. There you go. Alright. Yeah. Feel like no problem made to others of my kind. The rice cake pounding has become a mere routine. There's no meaning behind it. Didn't want to pound rice cake to eternity to atone for the sins of someone else. This job did not permit me using my head and offered no feelings of accomplishment. Only manual labor. I say, I never had to worry about surviving, but it wasn't productive and required no thought. I thought it was a job only suitable for the lowest class, and that's why. Oh, okay. That's why I ran away. Is this actually racing POV? I thought the rabbits should have more freedom, be more capable than menial labor. Now that I think of it, only who are skilled, ones who are skilled but think they can't use their skills in that environment will never amount to anything. I was your garden variety fool. Being a fool, I told myself that if my job was not constructive, running away from it was justifiable, and society was at fault for being unable to utilize me to the best of my abilities. Of course, that was an excuse I told myself to maintain my cool while I was running away. You know what? I respect that, bro. I respect that so much, man. It's a bit delulu, but we all need a bit of delulu. Not gonna lie, man. It's kind of what I told myself as well. I mean, it's kind of funny coming from someone who left medicine, right? But I was like, yo, if I'm not being respected, if I'm not being if I am not doing a job that I feel like is going to enhance me as well, is going to be a self-fulfilling job, then I'm out, bro. I'm out. She lives in a society. Yeah, I respect that, Raisin. Okay. Oh, you think it's Raisin the second? Yeah, okay. However, the lunar capital was too small, and even if I ran, I would be caught right away. So I fled not only from my job, but also from the capital. I decided without hesitation on escaping to impure... maybe it's the first. I heard that one of us moon rabbits had once escaped to... Yeah, I was planning on pursuing her. There was a huge roar. Or maybe you're right. It seemed that the human used a grand technique, but was easily overpowered by Princess Yorihime. So she was declared the victor. Right, yeah. Look at everything that's going on now. Princess Yorihime held up a large divine mirror, which is, as its name implies, reflected light in a godly manner. Raisin the second. Oh, it would have been better if Princess Yorihime had held back a bit. Right. Yeah. The rabbit to my side tried to talk to me. I was still in a panic, not understanding the situation completely, when she added, at this rate, we won't get a turn at all. I sighed as I thought of just how moments ago everyone was running scared of the vampire. I know at this rate all of the training I did will be for nothing. I replied, although I'd probably lose. The other rabbits were also talking tough, but they were probably thinking the same thing I was. They all thought they could do it given the chance, but when the time came, they wouldn't be able to do... Oh my god. do a thing. They likely don't have the power to make their own chances. Did any of you get hit by stray bullets? Princess Yorihime came back with a cool expression. That was wonderful. It seemed like you handled her easily. It's dangerous to be overconfident, but one must retain their composure. You all seem overconfident despite having none. Oh, come on. If it's a human of that level, we can beat her up in a flash. Precisely, you are overconfident. A disgusted look appeared on the princess's face. Well, it seems that the vampire is up next. Well, she will probably be the easiest to beat. But by the way, you there. Princess Yorihime looked towards me. I tensed up with the thought that she might tell me to fight the vampire. Me? No, I don't think I can. What are you talking about? I want you to run an errand for me, she whispered into my ear. Huh? You're entrusting me with such an important task? I think it's a perfect task for you since you look so reserved. I really meant to do this myself, but the ones from Earth are stronger than I expected. Now go. There might not be too much time left. I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago, I grew tired of pounding rice cakes. I ran from the lunar capital and fled to Earth. There was supposed to be one of us down on Earth, as well as some wanted fugitives. The lunar veil was a mysterious robe that allowed one to fly through the skies. At the same time, it made one lose their spirit when they wore it, so the wearer would have no control over themselves. I had little use for it while I lived on the moon. I took the veil and flew towards the Earth. My memories of the journey to Earth are vague. This veil was made so when a Lunarian on Earth was called back to the moon, they would have no lingering attachments to Earth. In the past, there was a certain princess by the name of Kaguya that was imprisoned on Earth. This robe was for when she was to return, supposedly. Although I do not know the details, Princess Kaguya refused to return to the moon, and at the same time, a sage of the moon decided to remain with her. Although the whereabouts of the sage and the princess have been unknown for more than 1,000 years, they are still wanted criminals. The reason for that is because the leaders of the search party, Princess Toyohime and Yorihime, have no intention of capturing them. The people of this lunar capital vaguely know about this, but since it was nothing that could possibly harm them in the short term, everybody forgot about it. It was just before I made my escape that a strange rumor began to spread. It was said there that someone was planning a coup in the lunar capital. The suspect, being Lady Yagokoro, was a criminal on Earth. I later asked Princess Yorihime why such a rumor was spreading, and apparently there was someone who had been summoning the gods of the moon without taking proper measures to do so. Yeah, apparently Princess Yorihime, who had the power to call upon the gods at will, was top on the list of suspects, and Lady Yagokoro, who had been a wanted yet uncaptured for so long, was also suspicious. Thankfully, it appeared that the suspicion had cleared up. This was because a shrine maiden that the vampire brought with her was found to be the one who had been summoning the gods. She called the Sumayoshi Sanjin to carry a flying box from the Earth to the moon. Apparently, that was the cause of the rumor that had spread in the lunar capital. Actually, this wasn't the first time I had met the shrine maiden. We had met once on Earth, around the same time the rumor had started. When I first came to Earth, it was not the ruinous wasteland I had heard about. It was a peaceful place with many beautiful trees. I don't know if I was tired from the long journey or if I had some space debris, but I fainted as soon as I landed on Earth. The shrine maiden was the one who took care of me after that. I had no idea that she was one of the ones who planned on invading the moon. When I was asleep in the shrine, I heard a voice calling me. A voice calling for me to use words that no earthling should be able to pronounce. I was positive that this was a comrade that I'd heard of and left the shrine. The comrade was a fellow rabbit that had fled to the moon. However, the voice was actually that of the wanted sage, Lady Yagokoro. From that very moment, my journey had started in a direction that I had never imagined. I was to return to the lunar capital once again, but I could not return to the task of pounding rice cakes. It was something that I did out of my own selfishness, so I could not protest. In exchange, the task that was placed on me was to be a member of the Lunar Defense Squad. The defense squad, called the Lunar Emissaries, was to guard the moon and keep watch over the Earth. The Watatsuki sisters were the leaders of the defense squad, and I learned from Princess Yorihime the ways of battle, etiquette, and common knowledge, and many other things. The younger sister of the two, Princess Yorihime, was also in command of training the other rabbits. The squad was quite small, with fewer than 10 members. All of them were inexperienced and probably not that different from me in terms of strength. None of us had actually experienced warfare, yet Princess Yorihime's training was harsh, and if one were to slack off, they would receive a severe punishment. Are we done here? No, we're still going. Okay, it just has a bit of a thing. Princess Yorihime's training was harsh. Yeah, this is probably because she thought to continue Lady Yagokoro's will and devote herself to the lunar capital. Yeah, exactly. Squad, rabbit squad, bro. Moon rabbit squad. Yeah, she had always had a sense of some impending threat. In sharp contrast to her younger sister, Princess Toyohime usually read books and took strolls, living her days to do as she alone felt. She would come to us on our days off from the training and say, let's train together. When we tell her that it's our day off, she would walk off looking disappointed. Since she only does this on rest days, she probably has no intention to actually train. Princess Toyohime was quite popular amongst us rabbits. Nothing stern ever came from her mouth. And since she was a quick thinker, was very knowledgeable, she was very interesting to talk to. What made her even more popular was the fact that she'd sneak some treats like peaches to us during our training. As one would guess, the ones who came to fend off the vampires group was Princess Yorihime and us rabbits. I wonder what Princess Toyohime is doing now. Knowing her, she's probably reading books and singing songs at such an important time. I guess she thought it alright to leave the fight to Princess Yorihime. I have returned, Princess! Given the important task from Princess Yorihime, I immediately left the battleground and returned to the residence of the Watatsuki sisters in their lunar capital. As expected, the mansion was empty and not even the rabbits that were training were there. Obviously, everyone had left to battle along with Princess Yorihime. I went through a brief search through the mansion, but Princess Toyohime was nowhere to be seen. Where could she be? At first, I thought she would have gone with Princess Yorihime, but Princess Yorihime departed for battle without giving any notice to Princess Toyohime. Princess Yorihime was the one who always taught us about warfare, general studies, and manners. But I wonder, what was she thinking not giving her sister any word at a time of such crisis? Judging from the fact that nobody mentioned anything to Princess Yorihime about it, I guess it must be how it always is. Upon arriving in front of Princess Yorihime's room, I stuttered, "Pardon me," and opened the door. I knew there would be nobody there. I was tense, probably because it was Princess Yorihime's room, and the only times anyone was called there personally, there was almost nothing but bad news. After entering the room, I quickly pulled out a pen and paper and began to write. Long time no see, how are you doing? Or is this too casual? The task that Princess Yorihime had requested of me was to write a letter to Lady Yagokoro. I knew that me writing in place of Princess Yorihime would be impossible when I'm not even good at handwriting. I guess I should explain first that she was too busy, so I'm writing for her. I decided to inform Lady Yagokoro of how things had gone and to thank her in my own words. What I thought when I first met her on Earth, how I was able to deliver the letter safety to my masters, my return to the lunar capital without being questioned about why I had fled, and how I ended up living in the house of the Watatsukis. So, also, there's a group of invaders from Earth. It's a silly team consisting of 1 vampire, 3 humans, and 3 fairies. You seem to have expected some form of invasion, but did you know something about this little team? What else should I write? I remembered about the Shrine Maiden that nursed me back to health on Earth, although she didn't notice me during the battle earlier. Well, I guess it was only natural because when I was down on Earth, I was disguised to look like an Earth rabbit. Damn. Earth rabbits are just regular rabbits, yeah? The Shrine Maiden was the central person who caused the collapse. Or are they actually human-looking rabbits as well? Like yokai-looking things. I caused a clamor on the moon by calling the gods without permission. Although I had mixed feelings about it, I wrote in the letter, "Please give my thanks to the Shrine Maiden on Earth." I read over it many times until the ink dried. I thought it looked very mature for something I'd written. Maybe I could have passed this off as something that Princess Yorihime wrote. After making sure that the ink was dry, I rolled the paper up and tied it with a cord. I quickly ran out the mansion again with the letter, but this time it was not back to Princess Yorihime's side in battle, but in the complete opposite direction. I knew. Oh, right. Tay is an Earth rabbit, isn't it? But is she a yokai or not? I do get confused with like some of the species delineations now, especially now that we've got moon people too. Okay. I knew it wouldn't take long for me to reach my destination. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. That's why. Okay, so it's not just me that's a bit confused on that. All right, sure. As I ran, I recalled what happened when I fled from the moon. I've been told that Earth, unlike the moon, was a world full of impurity and deceit. So I thought that it would be difficult to even survive unless I constantly kept my guard up. I doubted everyone and only trusted myself. That was until Princess Yorihime told me the true meaning of impurity. The impurity that the lunar capital detested was life and death. They believed Earth was a world where simply living invites death. There were even those who called Earth a land of impurity, where every being had to compete to live. And the moon a pure land, where that filth had been purified. A world without life or death is the most beautiful thing, but it's still different to a world which had nothing in it. A world where one did not need to take from others to live, and could live by what they had made themselves. That was said to be an ideal world. Excuse me. On Earth, life was the greatest thing possible, so the fragrance of death became stronger. It was said to be that fragrance of death that brought such a thing as a lifespan. Therefore, all that live on the earth have a lifespan. The shrine maiden that nursed me called me a yokai. I should have just read ahead, bro. I'd heard that yokai was a supernatural being, which was a predator to humans. I was impressed that a human on Earth would even nurse a yokai. I would have thought that on the impure Earth, one would kill something that might harm them, especially if it were already injured, although my veil was confiscated after that. Oh, hello, thank you for subscribing. Hello there, Mirror Art. Oh, banger track, yeah. As much as I found it surprising that Shrine Maiden went with the yokai to invade the moon, maybe the story is told about Earth and how Earth is actually quite different. Maybe the story is told about Earth and how the Earth are quite different. The impression that I got was that humans and yokai probably coexist on Earth. Moreover, the vampire... Mima, hold on. I recall the name. Touhou Mima. Oh, yes, yeah, there she is. Oh, yeah, of course. The one with the crescent thing. Yeah. Okay, the green hair as well. Right, it's PC98. I have to admit, it's like in the recesses of my memory, but looking at them it jogs my memory a bit. Humans can call what gods and control yokai. But more of the vampires seem to be the leader of the group that attacked the moon. Right. The one who had lost control over the group seemed to be the Shrine Maiden. So I believe who had control over the group. So I believe the humans can call forth gods and control yokai. Maybe the lunar capital had better redraw its power balance chart of Earth. That was the reason I thought it would be wise to trust the Shrine Maiden if I ever go back to Earth. Excuse me. I thought that rather than everyone from the lunar capital stubbornly acting antagonistic towards the humans and yokai of Earth, it may be better to ally of the Shrine Maiden. To be an ally. Then I'll be able to easily play on Earth. Oh, is that you, Racing? Are you running away again? I heard a familiar voice, Princess Toyohime's voice. Huh? Princess Toyohime, where are you? And no, I'm not trying to escape again. I've just been given an errand by Princess Yorihime. But what just happened? I was staring at a tall tree. I couldn't see anything. Since it was so dark, eerie voices of animals sounded. I could not recognize any of my surroundings. Just where was I? Where are we? Shh, something really interesting is about to happen. Someone grabbed my collar and I was pulled into the tree's shadow. It was Princess Toyohime. Nobody else was with her. It looked as if she were hiding behind the tree and wait for someone to arrive. There was only stillness in the forest that surrounded us. It's taking so long, I'm beginning to become bored. I should have brought some sake with me. That sake has been maturing for 1,000 years now. Princess Toyohime, what exactly are you waiting for? Nothing special. Yorihime is having fun now, right? Right now she's having duels with the vampires group. Duels? Yes, a one-on-one match with a special rule. It's something that was suggested by the humans, and Princess Yorihime agreed that it was a way to avoid meaningless bloodshed. That sounds fun. Well, what rule would that be? Apparently, the one who defeats the opponent gracefully is the winner. Huh? Gracefully? I don't know what Princess Toyohime imagined, but she burst out in laughter. Whatever is the matter? Who's deciding what's graceful or not? And what do humans think grace is, for that matter? Are they having a beauty contest or something? It sounds like so much fun. I think my explanation was a little poor. Gracefully as in not using dirty tricks and such. Now I understand what you want to say. Those humans are talking like Lunarians now. Or perhaps this too is the teaching of a certain someone. This too. What I hear boss music. Princess Toyohime had said that she had her doubts about what had been happening. The reason why there was stand in the lunar capital was someone other than Princess Yorihime had been calling forth the gods with following the proper procedure. This is not something that anybody can do. So good, man. Oh, that's right. It seemed like the Shrine Maiden of Earth was the one calling the gods. It seemed like she was calling Sumiyoshi Sanjin to fly the rocket. Oh, so it's Shrine Maiden. Is there something on your mind, Princess Toyohime? Even if it was a Shrine Maiden that could acquire the power of the gods for a living, it shouldn't be able to call them while skipping the proper rituals. Perhaps somebody taught her the wrong way, or maybe that was on purpose. It looks like Yorihime got part of it after all. Oh, and why are you here? To run away? I told you this. I think I told you a while ago, but I am here on an errand given by Princess Yorihime. An errand? I quickly pull out the letter. I was entrusted with a sealed letter by Lady Yagokoro, and now I am to write a reply to Lady Yagokoro. After that, I was told to go to the Sea of Ingenuity, but to think I would see you in a Sea of Ingenuity. Oh, a letter to Lady Yagokoro. Oh, okay. Princess Toyohime snatched the letter from my hand and skimmed through it. While she was reading through, her expression ranged all the way from laughter to anguish. I felt like she was mentally correcting it, and I felt... Oh my god. Anguish at the letter, but laughter at the way she's written it. Oh man. What a childish composition. Well, I won't blame you since the rabbits have no love. Oh no. My face flushed red. I can't give such an embarrassing letter to the master. It would be too embarrassing. Raisin, you have to give the letter to her directly. Oh yes, man. But how would I? I mean, I don't even know where we are. There are very few that can easily travel between Earth and the Moon. Anybody would be able to go to and from using the lunar veil, but it comes with a considerable amount of time and danger. Our Princess Toyohime is special. Princess Toyohime had the ability to see the earth, to see the sea and the mountain as the same. That ability would tie the seas, the moon, and the mountains of Earth together and make them one and the same place. In other words, that ability made her able to take a great army with her to the Earth in a single second. And she was one of the very few Lunarians who had that sort of ability. That sort of ability made her a super leader for the lunar emissaries, despite her personality. Now that you're with me, all you need to do is watch what is about to happen. Come now, be a little more excited. I'm more nervous than excited though. The landscape around me was astonishingly dark and visibility wasn't low. I heard eerie howling too. I also noticed that it was very chilly. It was the exact opposite of the graceful and showy battles fought by the vampires team and Princess Yorihime. And for that reason, I felt very tense. Where Princess Yorihime was fighting may have been very noisy and gaudy at first glance, but now that I compare it to the place I was in, it may have been very quiet. There was a strange feeling since the whisper of trees felt very loud, although the volume may have been quiet. Just what was about to happen? I couldn't ask Princess Toyohime since she would cleverly avoid the question, and in the first place, it wasn't the right time to ask such a question. I suddenly missed my old life from a few months ago, merely pounding rice cakes and singing every day. Back then, I had never had to deal with this nauseous tension, nor did I feel any fear when I needed to protect myself. I probably would have finished my pounding for the day and had gone to drink my sake with my friends, complaining about silly things and then going to sleep in a warm futon. Complaining was just something to get rid of my stress. I was actually happy with that life. Running away from it all may have been the turning point of my life. I'm not one to seek revenge. This turn of events was not quite welcome. But I think of what I would be doing and what I would have done had I not met Lady Yaokoro on Earth and had been sent back to the moon. Reisen is my current name, but I hear that this was originally the name of the rabbit that right at the end we get the introduction to her. The Watatsuki family. I saw that Reisen had fled to Earth and her whereabouts were unknown after that. But we rabbits have a little ability that lets us communicate with each other no matter how far we are. Our large ears are to catch what other rabbits are thinking. Of course, this is not a true means of communication, and mostly used to gauge what others are normally thinking about and to catch rumors floating on the wind. Through these rumors, it seems Reisen was captured by Lady Yaokoro and had lost her freedom. But I know the truth. Lady Yaokoro did not capture the rabbit that escaped from the moon. She's taking care of it very kindly. Even for me, all my thoughtlessness was able to return to the lunar capital and take this job thanks to Lady Yaokoro. Thinking of that, I felt like rewriting the letter I had written and adding a line, "Please take care of Reisen. Thank you." I got chills reading that, man. The wind stopped and the cold air froze. "Here it comes," Princess Toyohime said in a small but elated voice. As I looked in the direction Princess Toyohime was looking in, I saw a beast that I had never seen on the moon before. Ooh. Did we finish this as well? Oh, just about. Like, we're on the second to last one. Oh my god. I looked in the direction the Princess Toyohime was looking in. I saw a beast I had never seen on the moon before. This is where the manga ends as well, right? Oh my god. Okay. Well, would you look at that? Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff, man. My god. What a trio of chapters there. Krim, thank you very much, man, for requesting this, funding this over on SPONSA, and for providing me the text versions of it as well so I could get this set up, man. Very, very fun to read here. Very fun to read this way as well. Oh my god. I hope you guys had fun as well, man. That was a very enjoyable read. I really enjoyed that. That was nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it big time. Lost, you ready to send in? Lovely, 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 lovely. Beautiful stuff. I shall be looking forward to it. Thank you, guys. But it looks like, yeah, thank you. I'm very happy to hear that, man. Again, I do apologize. My throat was very croaky today, but I'm sure I'll recover like soon by next week. But all right, guys, that will call it for now. We are going right on into Twitch. Just give me like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna get some meds, some tablets and stuff like that, painkillers, blah blah blah, and get ready. But aside from that, I will see you on Twitch in like 5 minutes. That's good to hear, man. I sound like ass for me. Here you go. Let's get the link. We have music section. Right, that's why some fans call the first racing by her other name Udonge. Right. Got you. Okay, here is the playlist. Music reaction time. Music reaction. Thank you. I do have it. I do have that. I will. And here is Twitch as well. All right. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you in like 5 minutes. This is Shabir in Velo City. Catch you in a bit. And remember, the VOD will be uploaded onto the VOD channel for the Twitch one as well. Right. Peace. On to below. See you guys in a bit. Bye-bye. Otu.